Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Pang, trainer, speaker, and also Toastmasters champion. Last year I won the evaluation championship for District 85, which makes me a national champion in China. And today what I want to share with you is how I give evaluations and how I won that championship. So evaluation is probably, in my opinion, the most important speech you'll ever do in Toastmasters. The reason why is because it's the part where you actually are giving value to somebody. It's where somebody actually has the chance to grow and improve. A lot of times though, what I find is that people often give empty evaluations. They also forget that evaluation is like a performance. Here are my 4 techniques on how you can really give an effective evaluation that's not only going to wow the crowd, but also give some really concrete feedback that's going to help your speaker grow. So the first thing is, you have to remember that evaluation is a performance. A lot of times what I see is that a lot of people make the mistake of speaking directly to the speaker and ignoring the rest of the audience. They say, Diana, I thought you did a great speech. I really liked the part where you did this and that. And then all of a sudden, the entire room feels ignored. They begin to go to sleep. They begin to look at their phones. And honestly, why shouldn't they? You're ignoring them because you're forgetting that evaluation is a performance. Here's a better way to do it. The bad way would be, Diana, I really like the way your body language was. Your body language is really good. Versus, ladies and gentlemen, the most impressive part of Diana's speech was her body language. Notice how her body language brought this story to life. So as you can see here, the first way I did it, I'm talking to the speaker directly. I'm not really making it for everyone. The second way, I am addressing the entire audience and performing for them. I am making this evaluation for everybody. Not so just one person can benefit, but that's so everyone in the room can. Remember to make your evaluation a performance. The next thing you want to do is you want to go deeper. A lot of times people simply scratch the surface. They never go deep. They simply state the obvious. And that doesn't really mean much because when you state the obvious, obviously everyone already knows that. And really, you're just telling something the speaker already knows. By going deeper, you're helping to uncover something that can maybe be of tremendous value to the speaker themselves. Here's an example. She has a really great key message. Now, that's very simple. What if we go deeper? Ladies and gentlemen, notice how her key message is perfectly in line with the rest of her content. This is perhaps the most important thing you want to do when you are beginning to write your speech in Toastmasters. When you start with a very strong yet simple key message, it becomes very easy to align content A, B, and C to follow towards that key message and ensure that everybody knows what you're talking about and really make your speech come to life. So as you can see there, I've gone deeper. Instead of stating something very simple and obvious, I've tried to go a lot deeper to provide some extra value. And especially when it comes to contests, because when you're competing in the evaluation contest, you usually have 6 to 8 people that are probably going to say the same thing. So the deeper you can go, the more unique you can be, the better you're going to be on the judges' radars. Next is to give examples. It's one thing again to scratch the surface and to say, she has great body language. Simple, whatever. But to give examples, to go deeper, this is showing that you are an expert. And what that means is that you know how this speech could be done better. And not only do you know how, you're going to show us that you know how. By showing this, you add a lot more credibility to yourself as an evaluator. And this way also, the crowd, the audience, can also see your demonstration of how this could be done much better. Let me show you an example. Now the simple way would be, she has great body language. Versus, notice that as she gets angry in her speech, she begins to clench her fists. She begins to scrunch her face. You can see in her body language just how angry she is. And that's important to do when you're trying to express emotion in a speech. So notice what I did there? The simple way was to simply tell you she's got great body language versus giving the example and showing how it was actually done. Now, what I just did there was to highlight what was already done by an example. Now, what you'll often have to do is remember, you're trying to help the person improve. So here would be an example of how we could show them an example of how to do it better. Now, again, the simple way, without any example, would be to say, I really think you could improve your vocal variety. A lot of people say, I really think you can improve this. I really think you can improve that. But again, show us an example. So here's how I would do it if I was going deeper and giving an example. As I heard your story, you told something very sad. A story about pain and suffering. But I noticed the entire time that you were smiling and you sounded quite happy about it. That is wrong. What are you trying to tell me? I would suggest that instead you implement more vocal variety. If you're trying to tell a sad story, speak slower. Speak lower. And don't have strong, cheerful body language. Because this is a sad moment. So ladies and gentlemen, notice that example there. I point out the problem, and I point out why it's a problem, and I demonstrate how it could be done better by giving an example. So again, give an example how it should be done. That's going to make you a lot more credible. Everyone's going to learn. You're simply not just talking about something, you're actually teaching something. Last, ladies and gentlemen, is to use your time wisely. Now, you don't have a lot of time. And often what happens is that somebody goes to the stage, they say, let's give that speaker a round of applause. 15 seconds have passed, 20 seconds have passed. Wow, I really like that speech. 30 seconds have passed. Let me talk about the good things about this speech. All of a sudden you say a bunch of good things that everyone already knows about, and okay, let me talk about the improvements. Ding! And your time is up. You need to use your time wisely. So again, you have very limited time. Essentially about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 3 minutes to give your evaluation. My suggestion to you would be to fit the following in there. First, you have an opening line. This always gets people's attention. Next would be one highlight of this speech. Next would be 2 things the speaker could improve on. And last, if you have time, a summary and recap. Now, I'm not going to tell you how much time to spend on each part of that. That's up to you. And this is simply the guidelines I use to win the championship. But remember, use your time wisely. A lot of people say nice things the whole time. Whatever, we know. Yes, it's great. We're in Toast, we're going to grow. But by growing, we got to show a bit of tough love. Spend a little bit more time on the improvements. Highlight the one good thing, of course. Make it a tremendous good thing that was the bright and shining light of this speech. But again, the improvements is the real feedback that's going to help the speaker grow. Now you might be saying, but Toastmasters is a place where we should all be nice and grow together. Well, I agree. But also at the same time, to be nice and grow together, we cannot mislead people. My suggestion is after the first CC speech, CC Manual 1, 2, and 3, after that, which should be the icebreaker and getting your basic speech out there, show a little bit of tough love after that. After they've essentially gotten their wings and can start flying, it's time to be a bit truthful. That will be the best thing you could do for them. And last, of course, the things I've told you today are my method. Always remember that when you're not competing, see, when you're competing in the contest, it's no holds barred. You can talk about anything and everything. But when you're evaluating somebody in your regular club meeting, remember to stick to the manual objectives. Sometimes people go way far from the objectives. As an example, a speech about body language, they begin to talk about vocal variety and structure. No. You are focusing only on the manual objective. That is the objective of the speech. So remember to stick to those. Again, ladies and gentlemen, remember that evaluation is a performance. Remember not to speak just to one person. Make it for the entire audience so everyone can learn together. Try to go deeper. Don't state the obvious. Try to be unique, especially when you're in competition. Remember to give examples. It's one thing to say, but it is another to show us and demonstrate how it can be done better. Next, use your time wisely. I know you want to be so nice and say all the good things, but remember you only have such limited time. My suggestion again, 1 highlight, 2 improvements. It's up to you. And last, ladies and gentlemen, remember to stick to the manual objective when it's not the contest. Well, that does it for today. My name is Jonathan Pang, a proud member of Toastmasters here in Shanghai, China, a district champion, and also a learner for life. So if you also have some ways how you think we should give an effective evaluation in Toastmasters, please let me know in the comments. My name is Jonathan Pang, a trainer and speaker, member of Toastmasters, and I'm wishing you a positive and productive day.